Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tara, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at what you need to know right now. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. I'm now going to show you crystals for each pile. So for pile number 1, we have Malachite, chrysocolla. And we have the Soul Star Chakra. For pile number 2, we have Howlite. And we have Trust Your Innocence. And for pile number 3, we have this rainbow pendant. And we have the card Starseed Elemental. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile you're most drawn to, the one that is calling out to your soul the most, and that will be your pile for today. But of course, if you're drawn to more than one pile, always trust your intuition. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you in your reading. Hi there, my pile number 1s. If you chose this Malachite chrysocolla crystal and the Soul Star Chakra with merging with the Divine card number 10, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what you need to know right now. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. I thought for this reading I'd set up the cards a little bit differently to have space for more cards to give you more of an informative message. So we're gonna be going sideways today instead of my usual setup. So we're going to be using this card from the Beyond Lemuria Oracle deck. We're going to be using the Starseed Oracle deck, the Sacred Self-Care Oracle deck, and with the Sacred Self-Care Oracle deck, I'm going to check what you need right now in addition to the message of what you need to know right now to help you with whatever it is you need to know. We're also going to be using the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck and the Muse Tarot. So let's get started with your reading. So Spirit Guides of my pile number 1, Spirit Guides of my pile number 1s, what do they need to know right now? What do they need to know right now? We have You're Not Alone with isolation, physical connection, and community. The back of the deck, we have Cracked Open with Rock Bottom, Surrender to the Alchemy of Life. And I feel something in my thighs, like an energy there. And I'm kind of getting the vibe of like something there energetically for you to be aware of, but it's not something to worry about. You know how we can have stuck energy in different places of our body? I'm getting the vibe, the first message here is to move your legs, to move your body, to take walks, because sometimes, like, if we're sitting a lot, for example, if we work at an office job, this may not resonate with everyone, but like, let's say, for example, we work at an office job and we sit a lot, you know, a lot of energy can sit there. So I'm getting the message for you is to move your body, to move around. I almost feel like I want to dance in this pile. I want to move around. I want to stretch my body, walk, you know, like, and I feel something to do with that message is going to clear out any stagnant energy that is sitting within your thighs or your legs, to allow you to energetically move forward to the place you want to go to, because I see you wanting to take steps towards a specific area of your life or different areas of your life of what you want to create in your own life, you know, co-creating with the divine. By the way, I saw 1111 when I was setting up for your reading. And I guess the message I see here is energetically you're soon going to be taking steps towards something, and the legs is all about, taking steps towards something, taking action. So this is why your guides want you to move around your body and really connect with your body right now. Let's see what your other cards say. So spirit guides on my pile number 1, what they need to know right now. We have the arts with express yourself through creative activities. Yeah, I'm getting the vibe of flow, even with the moving around, flowing, not staying stuck in one energy, if that makes sense. And that's how you're going to merge with the divine and really flow with the divine and have lots of amazing ideas, and not just ideas for work or what you want to create, but like ideas for like what you want to do in your own life and what steps to take. Does that make sense? And that's how you're going to get the messages from the divine with the soul star chakra in order to flow towards where you want to be. We have sacred space with create an altar or visit a power place to connect with the divine. And interesting, we have a green blue here. We have green, and then here we have like a purplish blue, and here we have that too. So that's an interesting synchronicity. And at the back of the deck, we have home with your household situation is improving either through a move or a healthy change in the occupants. So if some of you are looking to move anytime soon, this could be a confirmation for you. Maybe not all of you, but that's the message I see. So, spirit guides on my pile number 1s, what do they need right now in addition to this message to help support them with this message? Positive affirmations, card number 41. I just want to make sure it's in camera. Okay, and then at the back of the deck, we have here be still. So I see a balance here of stillness and moving around, if that makes sense. Okay, so what do they need to know right now? Spirit guides of my pile number 1s. What do my pile number 1s need to know right now? Page of Swords in reverse. We have the 6 of Swords in reverse. I kind of see what the message is, but let's get more cards. 10 of Pentacles. What does my pile number 1s need to know right now? The 7 of Wands. We have the Sun card. We have the 2 of Swords. And we have the 2 of Wands. At the back of the deck, we have the Tower in reverse. So my pile number 1s, what do you need to know right now? It's 11:22 at the clock, and what I'm hearing for you is the song I Will Survive. I think it's by the Pussycat Dolls, if I'm not mistaken. And what I'm really picking up in your reading, this is maybe like a message from your spirit guides, from the divine, is the connection to the mind, body, and soul is very important for you moving forward over the next few months. So I see something about you making an important decision with the 2 of Swords that you're maybe even considering right now with the 2 of Wands, or you will be considering in the near future. And I feel with the Sun card, this is perhaps a decision you will be making that is going to make you feel very happy. The thought of this decision makes you feel very happy, very like excited, very much like full of this energy of like, I want to take that step towards there. I want to take action towards there. And what your guides are telling you is sometimes, when we're making decisions, big decisions or even small decisions for our life, sometimes it can feel very much like we're alone within that, where, like sometimes we don't know who to ask for advice. Like, should I make this decision or should I not? Sometimes we don't really always trust ourselves. And I'm not saying you don't trust yourself, but I'm saying like sometimes we make a decision and we don't know if that's the right decision we made, because we don't necessarily know what the future is going to be yet. There's all these what ifs in our mind when we're making a decision. And I think, when we're making a decision, the mind goes on and on and on and is like, what if this happens? What if this happens? That's what I pick up from the Tower in reverse at the back of the deck. It's like our mind makes up these, and with all the air energy here in the center beginning, not center, beginning of your reading, it's mental energy. So it's like our mind telling us, what if this happens? What if this goes wrong? What if we fail? What if I'm making the wrong decision? What if everything just crumbles and falls, and then our mind kind of catastrophizes? And this is what your spirit guides are actually saying, to push away with the Seven of Wands. Push away those thoughts. With the Page of Swords in reverse, since we see a woman analyzing something with her glasses, we also see dancing here, which is an interesting synchronicity. And an energy of like space around her head, which makes me think of the soul star chakra and you receiving messages from the divine. So, what your guides are saying from this message is to not analyze too much. Yes, we can analyze and make a logical decision here, make a pros and cons list, make a list of what we think could happen. However, as much as we can analyze and logically look at a situation, it doesn't exactly tell us what the future is going to be. It gives us an estimate. Yes, it gives us a way of making an informed decision where it feels less scary because we have more information, therefore our brain can hold on to more information. So your guides are not saying don't logically plan and logically analyze. That's not the message here, but don't over analyze is the message I see here. Don't over analyze where it feels like I don't want to make this change anymore because I'm too scared. And that's what I feel with the Six of Swords in reverse. Like I'm scared to make this change because, or I'm scared to, take on this change because I'm scared of what may statistically happen if I make this change. You know what I mean? And with all this space here up above her head, I feel like what your guides are saying, what you need to know right now, is that you're someone that is very intuitive, my pal number ones. I mean, you literally have the soul star chakra here. And what I've learned from readings is those that connect to the soul star chakra are very powerful, because it's not to say nobody can connect to it. Everyone can connect to the soul star chakra. It is the center right above our crown chakra, but it's tapping into a higher dimension than just the physical earth. It's, from my experience, it's a higher vibration we're tapping into. And I don't exactly know, like I'm not an expert at the soul star chakra, but what I do know is it is a higher vibration than most energies. And like from my personal experience in doing readings, I found that we can tap into earthly realms and ancestors, and they give amazing, beautiful messages. But, you'll sometimes have those rare occasions where you maybe connect to like ET energy, for example, like Starseed energy, and maybe someone buys a reading and they have parents from a past life that are like alien beings that are from Pleiades or from Arcturus or from another galaxy, and the energy is more high vibrational and with much more wisdom that is even like intense for me to, look at. And that's like an example of a higher vibrational energy. I'm not sure if that's part of the soul star chakra, but it's like you can really tap in and connect to a higher vibration than most can. And it's not to say that most can't do it. It just takes a lot of practice and a lot of like spirit is showing me the body and the soul, and it has to be at a powerful enough place to stay there for long periods of time, where some people can tap in for short periods of time, but then they get drained. And I feel like the key here is to, strengthen those psychic abilities enough to be able to tap into those areas without feeling drained after. And I feel like this comes from a lot of past lives and you mastering a gift of intuition within that you may not even realize fully, how powerful you are in this area of intuition. I mean, you wouldn't be drawn to this card if you weren't. And I feel like what really connects you to the divine, since you chose the Malachite chrysocolla crystal, what really connects you to the divine is being in the state of flow, firstly, to the soul star chakra, and being connected to your heart, since we see the heart chakra here. Because malachite is a crystal of the heart, and chrysocolla kind of reminds me of the ocean. It's malachite and chrysocolla mixed together in this crystal. It kind of reminds me of the ocean, and the ocean is all about flow, water energy flowing. So, what the divine really wants you to know, how to really connect and tap into this intuitive part of you, is to really be in the energy of flow, of the sacred space of peace. What can you do to add to your routine to get into the state of flow and peace? What makes you feel flowy? What makes you feel peaceful? What makes you feel connected and tapped in and tuned into your heart? Because when you connect to your heart chakra, you're connecting to source energy. Because God, source, the universe is made from love, the vibration of love. And here we see a swan, which is also the divine, the angelic realms to me. And it's also when I see swans in psychic readings like this, I see it as a person that's able to connect psychically as well, that is able to do certain things so gracefully, and make it look so effortless, but it takes a lot of time and practice in order to make it look effortless. So what I mean by this is you've had many past lives that you've mastered this gift of intuition. So use that ability of yours to your advantage, is what your spirit guides are saying. Use that ability to your advantage to really transform your reality, to really create the reality you do want instead of thinking of the reality you don't want. And really tap into that gift and receive those messages of intuition, those ideas that allow you to have certain ideas to make the choice that makes you feel happy in your life. And even if it's small choices that feel a little bit less daunting, then do that. Like, what is going to make you feel the most flowy and the most at peace when you're making these decisions as well? If it's taking small baby steps towards that, then do that. Do what works for you, my pile number ones. Do what makes you feel in connection to your body, to your heart. Even here we see her, holding energy above her heart. I suggest, maybe heart chakra meditations or having heart chakra crystals or just connecting to your heart, putting your hands over your heart space for a few minutes every day and really connecting to your angels, the divine, your ancestors for those messages. And what your guides want you to really do right now is to get rid of any unhealthy or toxic thought patterns that prevent you from making these decisions that are going to allow you to shape your life in a way that makes you feel happy, that makes you feel excited. Because I see you looking and pondering and wanting to make certain decisions in your life, whether they're big or small, that make you excited, that make you happy. And you may even be seeing signs and synchronicities that are your angels and your ancestors and your guides, leading you in the direction of these decisions, because I feel like you even pondering this decision in the first place is a message, is an intuitive message from the divine that the divine wants you to co-create by making that decision and taking that step forward, But before you actually take that decision, I see the message here is to really calm down your mind, calm down your thoughts. Yes, we can use logic in our mind for our advantage, but it becomes disadvantageous. What's the word? Disadvantageous? I don't know. I'm hearing that. When we overanalyze, when we overthink to the point where it leaves us feeling like we can't take that step. And that's what you want to refrain from doing. They want you to tune out all distractions right now and really put your focus on first energetically being in the place of energetic alignment to these goals or wishes based on the decision you want to make by speaking healthy and positive affirmations to yourself, you know, writing love letters to yourself, even, or every time a negative thought comes up, like I can't do this, or I'm not talented enough to do this, or, I'm not worthy of having this. Why would I have this? Like anytime those thoughts come up, I'm seeing to with the throat chakra and the heart chakra, I'm seeing to speak loving words to yourself and say the opposite of it and speak with love over yourself. And I'm seeing you to imagine yourself as your future self saying, "You already did this. I believe in you." Maybe this is also a message from your future self. I don't know why that just came through, but I just saw that. Like imagining yourself as your future self and saying, "You already did this. I believe in you." And speaking from your heart, and I feel as you really connect to that energetically, you're already energetically putting your spell. Why did I just say spell by mistake? You're already just putting yourself in a space energetically where you are aligned with that energy already. And, getting excited. Don't shy away from getting excited is the message here. Because I said spell by mistake. Maybe there's this energy of like, when you are making this decision, it's going to feel like almost like a spell has taken over your life where things start to feel much brighter, where things start to feel much happier, and things are starting to grow from that seed you planted. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, so I see the message here to be patient, because here we see a tree with a 10 of Pentacles, and a seed, we first have to water it, plant it. Well, we first have to plant it and then we have to water it. We have to give it time and patience, give it sunlight, give it a good environment to grow. So I see the message here when you're making these decisions, are you giving yourself a good environment to grow within the space you want to create? Are you giving yourself enough sunlight, enough water? And that means, are you giving yourself enough rest? Are you giving yourself these positive affirmations? Are you allowing yourself to flow? Are you in tune with your body, mind, and soul? These are all important factors. So I see the message here to give this to kind of like close off this message. In order to make these decisions, you are going to make them, but I see the message to first get energetically aligned with the energy you want to be in, body, mind, and soul. Speak kind words over yourself, because words are spells. Refrain from negatively thinking about what could go wrong and think about what could go right. Think about it as if you are your future self and it has already happened and it made you so happy. Get in the space of flow and into your heart chakra, and then make that decision. And then you're going to find that you're planting that seed. Continue watering that seed, and then it's going to grow into something beautiful, into something long lasting with the 10 of Pentacles, and it's going to continue to grow and grow and grow. And remember, you're not alone as you go through these decisions. Do not fear change. Embrace change. Embrace the happy thoughts of what may be from this change. So this is the message I see for you, my pile number ones. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number twos. If you chose this Howlite crystal and card number 54 with Trust Your Innocence, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what you need to know right now. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. The setup is a little bit different today. I'm going to add the cards towards the side so I have more cards and more of an informed message for you. But straight away, I'm being taken to, you may be receiving messages from the angelic realm. I'm seeing them blast you with a lot of light right now during this reading. Some of you may have been drawn to pile one because here we see the soul star chakra. If not, it's okay. But I see them sending you a lot of light right now, a lot of pureness, a lot of white, bright light. And I see the message of, I feel like you have been doing a lot of shadow work. I'm seeing duality here, the message of the yin and the yang. And like, I feel like you've been doing a lot of shadow work. I feel like you've been having some kind of cleansing happen over your life. But through this, I feel like sometimes when we're doing shadow work, we 11:44 on the clock. We can sometimes, like when I'm looking at me from my perspective, I sometimes when I'm doing shadow work or like when I'm crying or purging certain emotions, it can be very heavy. So I'm getting the vibe like you've been doing a lot of that. You've been doing a lot of healing work on yourself. And that is something your guides are so proud of. That's the first message they have. There has been this cleansing happen over your life. And the reason I say this is because as I started your reading, I heard the washing machine just stop. Like it just started to end as I started your reading. So there has been a cleansing over your life, over you energetically, for a period of time now. I feel like it's been months or a few years now. But I feel the message here is to look for the light when you're in those dark spaces. We'll see what Spirit means by this in a moment. Let's just add all your cards. So the card you chose is from the Beyond Lemuria Oracle deck. We're going to be using the Starseed Oracle deck. We're going to be using the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck, the Sacred Self-Care Oracle deck. And when I use the Sacred Self-Care Oracle deck, I'm going to get a message of what you need right now, in addition to what you need to know to support whatever message comes out and what you need to know for you to physically implement in your life after this reading. And then we're going to be using the Muse Tarot. And I feel straight away, a clearing in the throat chakra especially. So if my voice sounds a little bit off, like that's why, like I keep feeling like there's this energy of clearing the throat chakra, and I'm getting the message to drink lots of water right now. So I heard the word impartial. I'm not sure what that means. I'll just have to Google it, and I'm not sure what it means for the reading. Let's just see what your cards are first. So spirit guides on my pile number twos. What do they need to know right now? And I feel like you're mainly getting a lot of messages from your angels. We have the golden children with inner child, tenderness, innocence, and rare gifts. We do have an extra card, but I'm not going to include it for space purposes. So I'll just have it next to me and keep it in mind. It says portal with doors are opening. You decide rewards wild card. So that's a very beautiful message for you. At the back of the deck, we have the cosmic heart with devotion, potency, and make your life a moving prayer. Okay, so what does my pile number twos need to know right now? We have peace with there is no need to worry as everything is working out beautifully. We have quiet time with take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. And at the back of the deck, we have Mother Earth, so she may also be a guide to you right now. or she may be coming through in this reading for you. I just saw 0505 as an angel number. So what do they need right now in addition to this message? Sweet treat, card number 50. Treat yourself. Okay, at the back of the deck, if you're not over 18 plus, please skip over this back of the deck card. So we have pleasure. And as I pulled these Sacred Self-Care Oracle deck cards, I now realize what impartial means for your reading. So I pulled these cards out, but then I have them balanced on top of another box of things. But then as I pulled out the deck of cards, it was like unbalanced because there's two things on like this balancing it, if that makes sense, and then it was starting to tip over. So I'm getting the vibe of like the justice scales and balance, and you needing balance right now in your life. So let's see what your other tarot cards are. So spirit guides of my pile, because I googled it and it says something like treating all rivals or disputants equally. So I guess it's like the vibe of balance, like treating your light and your shadow equally, treating the different sides of you equally. Like with sweet treat, for example, let's say, you know, you're eating really healthy and you're really taking care of your health. Having balance would maybe be treating yourself to a sweet treat once a week. You know, that's the type of energy I see here. You can relate it to anything in your life, but that's the message I see here. So, and that can bring change into your life when you add more balance into your life in a harmonic way, because spirit is showing me the Temperance card. So it will bring more harmony and balance into your life and peace into your life. So spirit guides of my pile number 2s, what do they need to know right now? We have the Ace of Wands in reverse. Have you been feeling unmotivated lately? Like really tired lately? Like you've been giving a lot of your energy out to responsibilities with the 10 of Wands. I think rest is needed right now. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. Why do we have so many reversals for you? Okay, so what do they need to know right now? We have the Five of Wands in reverse. Oh my gosh. There's so many reversals. We have the Knight of Pentacles and the Hanged Muse. And you have a bunch of cards, a bunch of extra cards wanting to come out. The Lovers wants to pop out, the Queen of Wands, the Emperor, the Ten of Pentacles. So your guys just have a lot to say to you today. They're very talkative to you today. So at the back of the deck, we have the Sun, which is a very positive card to get at the back of the deck. Okay, so for you, my pile number 2s, I'm actually seeing more of a lighthearted message for you. So I don't think this is even going to be a long reading. But what I feel from your pile, the important messages here, your guides are so proud of you for all the healing you've done in yourself. Your guides are letting you know you're such a beautiful soul, such a beautiful, pure soul. And like, it's almost like your guides want me to pour into you, but they also want you to pour into yourself right now, because here in the Ten of Wands, you know, we see this woman where she is having this big jug of water, and she needs to give this big jug of water to all these 10 cows. And this could be different aspects of your life right now that are needing a lot of attention and needing a lot of your time and energy right now because you are a human and you have responsibilities. Most of you are adults, or some of you are parents, some of you have jobs, some of you have your own businesses, some of you have your own homes to run. Like, it can be different for all of you, but I feel like you have a lot of responsibilities to attend right now. With this feeling of like feeling very tired and unmotivated with the Ace of Wands in reverse, and maybe feeling like your heart is not in it right now because you need that rest right now. And I'm feeling the throat chakra energies, and I feel your message right now is it's extremely important to set boundaries not only with yourself but also others, and to speak up for yourself in a way. And I'm hearing delegate the work to create more balance within your life. So for example, let's say some of you are parents and you run households. Would it be possible to look at other options right now? And it doesn't have to be all the time, but let's say, for example, do you have extra money in the bank, for example, to get a babysitter for the night so that you can just take some you time and rest just for the night? Or would it be possible to, if you are married, for example, to ask your spouse, if they can take care of whatever needs to be done in the household tonight because you feel very tired, and explain anyway, like, I feel very tired and drained, like I just need this time to rest. Like something like that. Or maybe some of you, maybe it's work. If you're feeling like this, um, would it hurt to take a sick day off? I know that's not always ethical to say if you're not sick, but um, like, your mental health deserves rest and a break too. Like, how can we create more balance in your life? Even if you can't take the day off, if that's not completely possible, that's okay. How can we work around this? Can you take more breaks in between your work, for example, or in between studies, like 5-minute breaks in between each hour? Can we make a list to be more organized? What can we do to make our lives easier, to make our lives more balanced, to make it less draining and tiring? Look at the things you're doing across your day. Maybe write a list of things that are draining you right now, and what it is you're doing, and what is it about that is draining you right now, and how can we work around that? How can we balance that energy out? Maybe it doesn't completely take it away, but maybe balances it out more. And how can we pour into ourselves more so that we do have that energy and motivation to fulfill all our responsibilities? So it's like, okay, we're not taking all our responsibilities away, because that's kind of like impossible as a human being, especially as an adult. But how can we work our way around it? How can we flow with it instead of against it? How can we make our lives easier? How can we make it more balanced? So maybe looking at, okay, we're spending a lot of time and energy here, where maybe we can make it a shorter amount of time. Or maybe we're spending too much time worrying or stressing, that's taking away a lot of our energy and draining us. Or maybe things are a little bit disorganized and chaotic, where we don't know where to start, and that takes up a lot of our energy, where maybe we start procrastinating because it's like we don't know what to start first. Like, I'm just using examples of the energy here. It doesn't have to resonate, but how can we make our lives easier? How can we work around this? And how can we pour into ourselves more, and not just look at what is draining or depleting us, but look at what actually energizes us? I want to pull this card upright. What actually energizes us with the Ace of Wands? Often when we are adults, we often focus on our responsibilities and what we need to do, what we need to give. We're very much like focusing and operating in our masculine energy, but we need balance. How can we be more in our feminine energy and receive something from ourselves, receive something nice from ourselves? So what sweet treat can we give to ourselves? It doesn't have to be cupcakes. Can it be, like treating yourself for a massage if you've been feeling like your back hurts or you're just very drained, and it would make you feel, much more relaxed and at peace? Would it be meditating? Would it be taking a walk? Does that energize you and make your mental health feel good? Would it be listening to music for your inner child, or watching an animated movie for your inner child? Doing something fun like going for an ice cream with your loved ones, or like putting on music and cleaning the home even when you're like doing your responsibilities. How can we add more fun to the process, that it energizes us more and actually doesn't deplete us more? And how can we put our hearts into the process of whatever we're doing? How can we pour into ourselves more so that we can overflow onto others, so that we can feel relaxed and at peace and motivated when we are doing the things we want to do, um and inspired, with the Five of Wands in reverse. I feel like this internal conflict here, like I can't give time to myself because everyone needs me. I can't do this because what if this happens, what if things fall apart? Just like how I said, maybe taking a day off work. I can't take a day off work because they need me, things are going to fall apart without me. To be honest, they're going to find someone to do that work. The world isn't going to end just because you're not there for one day. And I feel like maybe that's also setting a boundary with yourself and saying, I need me time. I deserve me time. I deserve to have me feeling poured into and fulfilled. How can I look at this in a different perspective with the Hang Muse and be a little bit, kinder to myself and a little bit more compassionate to myself as I am with others? How can I stop comparing myself to others with the Page of Pentacles in reverse? Because I see this energy of comparison here with this rose, like morphing itself into this rose. I don't need to be like that person and get things done like them because I'm me and I'm different to them. Um, like something I watched from this other tarot reader, Kina Lisa or Isa, I don't really know how to say her name. Um, but she said something about like a person can be so active and do, a lot of things in their day and look so productive, but the energy behind what they're doing is not the same. So let's say I'm doing the exact same thing as that. The energy behind it may not always be the same. You may want to check out her channel. She has very beautiful messages. The energy behind it is not the same. Maybe they're going to do all those productive things from a place of shame, and the energy behind it is not the same as someone that's doing it from a place of, like I'm doing this because I'm inspired and I love to do it. So it's not the same energy behind it. So how can we stop comparing ourselves to others or comparing ourselves to our good days? Because remember, we are humans with duality, with phases, with cycles, especially if you're a woman watching. We have different cycles of the month as women, even like our luteal phase where we will feel more tired. Like how can we flow with the phases of our life instead of resisting it, instead of, making ourselves feel bad because, I'm not as energetic as I was yesterday, but working with it and flowing with it and being like, okay, my productivity doesn't determine my worth. You know, if I'm feeling more tired today, then how can I work with that instead of resisting against that? Okay, then maybe I put in less time today, but tomorrow when I'm feeling more energetic, I put in more time and more energy. Does that make sense? So it's about the message here, creating balance to really support the life we want to make for ourselves in a way where it is going to be more long lasting and more sufficient long term with the Knight of Pentacles. That's the vibe I'm getting, because it's like if we push and we push and we push, we're just going to exhaust ourselves. That's not sufficient long term. That's not long lasting. But if we work our way around it and create balance here instead of fighting against ourselves, we can flow more. the process will feel much easier. You know what I mean? And I feel here the message is to really have balance with different aspects of your life. And look at maybe even what you're eating. Are you eating well? Are you eating foods that are making you feel energetic? Are you giving your mind time to rest? Are you giving yourself space for peace? You know, like look at what your routine is in each day and how can we add more balance to each aspect of our life in order to feel more fulfilled and feel more connected in a heart-based way to whatever aspect of our life we're in. And I feel the message going back to the beginning of a cleansing, I feel like it's a cleansing right now of self-comparison to different aspects of ourself. Like, for example, let's say I'm seeing the vision of Kim Kardashian when she was like, I looked so skinny back then 20 years ago. Like, are we comparing ourselves to different phases of ourselves? And like trying to maybe exercise so much because we want to be the skinny self we were 20 years ago. Like, that's maybe not as realistic. So how can we, work with what we have right now and love and accept what we have right now instead of try to be what we were 20 years ago, for example. It doesn't have to be exactly like that, but it's like a cleansing of comparison to others, cleansing of comparison to different aspects of ourselves, cleansing of this inner conflict of, no, we can't do this, otherwise this is going to happen. It's a cleansing of over pouring into other aspects of your life or others before pouring into ourselves and overflowing. It's a cleansing of, being too much in one energy and not pouring into the other energy of ourselves. So for going back to that example of, exercising the whole week and eating healthy, but then at the end of the week, maybe we deserve a nice sweet treat to just give to ourselves because we deserve something nice. Just like when children are like, mommy, I want an ice cream. Like, are you going to tell that inner child of you don't deserve that ice cream? Of course, there's times when we tell children, we don't have money right now, or no, you ate ice cream yesterday. But it's like, how can we give the inner child to us something nice today? How can we be more tender, more kind to ourselves, more compassionate to ourselves? And I feel this is going to add more of this flow into your life and more happiness and joy with everything that you're doing, because your guides are saying they're proud of you. You've been creating a lot of stability within your life. And I feel like crying now. Your guides are having tears of joy because they're so, so, so proud of you in your journey. You've been so patient as well as you've been moving towards where you want to be. And I really feel like crying. I feel like they're giving you a big hug right now because they're so, so, so proud of you, and they really want you to believe in yourself more in terms of what you're doing here as well. Like, not talking down to yourself and saying, I can't do this because this person's better. Like, they really want you to cleanse away any of that energy that is preventing you from really surrendering and enjoying right now and the life you have right now, who you are right now, because everything is as it's meant to be right now. That's a message I see here. So I really hope this reading resonated for you, my pile number twos. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number threes. If you chose this rainbow pendant and the Starseed elemental card number 45, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what you need to know right now. So as I started your reading on the camera timer, it says 111, and I felt something about something creating movement in your life, like your angels, your guides, your ancestors, creating some type of movement in your life that is going to feel very colorful with all the rainbow colors here. And I'm hearing the song Please Me by Bruno Mars. So whatever this is, it's going to absolutely please you in some way. It's going to make you very happy in multiple different ways with all the many different colors here. You're going to feel an overwhelm of emotions all at once with this kind of movement that is happening in your life. You're going to feel like a kid again because this card almost reminds me of the inner child and feeling like a child again. 111 on the timer now on my phone. So that's confirmation here. So there's something beautiful, some kind of beautiful movement coming in your life that is going to make you feel all these rainbow colors. Like, you know how the rainbow is always after the storm? Maybe this is after something very chaotic in your life, something good happening that makes you feel bright, that makes you feel colorful, that makes you feel like a kid again, like it's almost like Christmas or a birthday or something big, you know. It feels like that type of energy. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. We're going to be using the Starseed Oracle deck, the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck. We're going to be using the Sacred Self-Care Oracle deck, and with that one, I'm going to get a message from that deck about what you can do to support this message in your physical life. And then we're also going to be using the Muse Tarot, and the card you chose is from the Beyond Lemuria Oracle deck. So let's get started with your reading. 222 on the timer. So, spirit guides on my pile number 3s, what do they need to know right now? We have the 7 star sisters with birth and creation's tapestry of life and expression. Just a reminder from your guides, they're saying that you're so protected and they love you so much, but you can also trust in them in moments when things feel like a little bit chaotic, or where you're a little bit in the space of the unknown, like when we don't know what's going to happen in the future or what's going to happen next. It's kind of like you can trust that your guides are going to protect you and keep you safe and take you to exactly where you need to be, and trust that you're exactly where you're meant to be right now, and trust that whatever action you're taking right now is enough. Leave the rest up to the divine. You know, you can only focus on what you can control, and whatever steps you have been taking towards what you want to birth or what you want to create within your own life is enough. All you can do now is sit back, relax, and wait for your guides to make magic happen in your life. That's the message I see here. So at the back of the deck, we have the blue flame with spontaneous awakening, activation, and integration time. So I'm getting the message to also do things a little bit backwards than you're used to. I know this might sound silly, but like, why is this, Spirit? Spirit is saying if you feel like your life sometimes becomes a little bit stale or boring in the same old routines, then something about changing things up or making it the opposite of what we do is going to something about the other side of your brain. Like if we normally brush our teeth with our right hand, we're having it use one side of our brain, but then like if I don't know if this is scientifically true, but this is just what I'm feeling. And then if we and this is oddly what someone told me actually once, and I forgot about it, but now I'm remembering. And it's like if we use our left hand now, we're using a different part of our brain. So we're creating a different energy within our life. 5:15 on the timer. So there's something about that. Like if you usually wake up on the right side of the bed, now this night sleep on the left side of the bed. Or if you usually eat rice and chicken, maybe tonight eat macaroni. Like how can you switch or change things up in your routine? So we have boundaries with love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. And we have go outside. Yeah. If you're usually indoors, go outside. Get some fresh air. You have been indoors too long. Go outside and get some fresh air. Yeah, that's a beautiful confirmation. And at the back of the deck, we have expect a miracle and we have Mother Mary here. If some of you are connected to her, that's beautiful. So, what does my pile number threes need to do right now in addition to this message? We have chanting, card number 8. And I saw the sound healing card also wanted to come out. So if you ever like to listen to rain sounds or singing bowl sounds, something about that would be good. And chanting affirmations of what you do want to birth into your reality. So for example, let's say you want to be someone that loves yourself more. I love myself so much. And you're saying it as if you actually believe it, as if you are actually that future version of you that has already birthed this creation into your reality. I am a CEO, if you want to be a CEO of this company. I am, you know, like abundant with this amount of money, and get specific, like I am abundant with this amount of money in my bank account, 1222. I travel to this place and this place and this place every year and it's so fun. Like chanting the reality you want to birth to kind of like co-create with the universe, because the universe is already creating some kind of movement of what you already do want to birth or create in your life, and you have already been taking the steps of action there. So now the next step is just the energy. So this is going to support what your guides already want to bring in for you, where you can birth that reality out into your reality. Those are just examples I mentioned. At the back of the deck, we have Nourish Your Temple, so it's important to nourish yourself while you are taking action towards your goals and dreams. And since I heard that song Please Me Baby by Bruno Mars, what is really going to please you while you're, working towards a goal? I saw this card wanted to come out, Nine of Cups. While you're working and taking action towards your wishes, towards your dreams, do little things in between. Maybe some of you are from pile 2 because we have the inner child message here, and pile 2 was all about treating themselves and boundaries as well. So maybe some of you are from pile 2. And I mentioned something in pile 2 about a door opening. So if you're from pile 2, maybe this is the continuation of the message. If not, that's okay. But I see some kind of huge door opening, some kind of movement happening in your life where it leads you towards your manifestations, your goals, your desires, and what you're wishing for with the genie lamp here. So I saw 122 on the clock, so we see lots of the energies of 222 and the reminder that you're at the right place at the right time right now. However, everything is moving in the perfect timing. We may not always see that right now, but when we see it later on, we're going to be like, oh, this is why. An example, I was once wishing, really manifesting, waiting for love. And I waited for like about 2 years before I received my manifestation. And I was like, why is it taking so long? And then I realized, I actually wasn't ready for love. I had to do a lot of inner work before I could receive that manifestation or wish. And if I received the person I have now today too early, maybe I wouldn't have been ready to actually receive that love. Do you get what I mean? And sometimes we don't always realize that in the moment. So we have the Two of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Cups. We have the Hierophant. We have the Muse of Inspiration, which is the King of Wands. Oddly enough, I pulled the exact number of cards I need, which is so weird. We have the Muse of Materials, which is the King of Pentacles. All of a sudden, I'm having hiccups, which is interesting because we have the throat chakra energies with the boundaries. We have the Queen of Cups. At the back of the deck, we have the star. It wasn't really hiccups, it was like energetic hiccups, almost like there's no sound coming up, but it's like it feels like hiccups, if that makes sense. Um, so yeah. Okay, so my pile number threes, I just want some clarification on the Eight of Cups, so I'm just closing my eyes to see what this is. Spirit is showing me the Six of Swords boat that is sailing away from something, so something about change here. And Spirit also showed me a coffin, so death and rebirth. And I'm feeling a hunger all of a sudden, and I didn't feel hungry before. So it relates to the hunger or the desire you feel for change, because the Six of Swords boat is all about a change, a transition, moving away from something to something else. And I feel here with the death and rebirth energy, it's all about change, letting go of maybe the old version of yourself and stepping into this new version of yourself that has this wish or manifestation or has their dream life. So I'm picking up on that, and I feel like before, you know, this physically happens, before your wish or manifestation comes in, I feel this is what your reading is about. This movement is going to come in. Something is going to open up for you and birth into your reality. But remember, when we think of birthing something, when you think of a woman getting pregnant, she's pregnant for about 9, 8 months before she gives birth, or 10 months sometimes, just depending on the woman. Well, I don't really know. I'm not a doctor, but even here we have Nine of Cups. So it takes like about 9 months to birth something into our reality, to bring this change into our reality. And I don't mean that your wish is going to take 9 months. That's not what I mean. 1313 on the timer. What I mean by this is sometimes it takes time for that energy to be created and birthed into our reality. And I'm hearing something from my grandma, which is kind of weird that she's coming through, because I think she came through in pile one. She's deceased, but I know her energy signature and her messages. So she just made me hear something clairaudiently, and it was like a ding, but it's like, when your oven dings, or when something like the microwave dings and it's like the food is ready. So I feel like whatever message is coming through here, whatever wish you're wishing for, just like when we look at our food and we order something from a restaurant, it will be ready. We sit there, we wait, we enjoy. While we wait, we kind of surrender, and we know that food is coming when we order it. Just like when we order a wish from the universe, it's going to come, it's going to be ready. But the chef can't take what they're baking out of the oven. Let's say they're baking lasagna, for example. They can't take the lasagna out of the oven too early or too late. It needs to come out in the perfect timing for it to be able to taste good, for it to be able to be received well from you, for you to really enjoy it. The same with our wishes and our manifestations. If we take that cake or that lasagna out of the oven too early, it might not be the right quality we want of it, of enjoying it, and if we take it out too late, it might also not be right. So I see the message here, like to trust in the divine, to trust in your guides, that whatever wishes or manifestations you have are coming to you. They are meant for you to receive. With the Hierophant here, your higher self gave you this wish for a reason, because it was meant for you to receive. However, the lesson here is for you to patiently surrender and patiently realize that, like when we order food from the restaurant, it is going to come, and kind of surrender and trust our guides that they are going to give us what we want. And remember, just like when we were a child, we didn't necessarily have to ask for food. Well, maybe not everyone's childhood was like that, but when you're a child, your parents provide to you. I see your guides almost saying, think of yourself as a child, and your guides are the parents, and they're going to provide to you whatever you need. Of course, we still need to take action towards what we want, but trust that they're going to provide everything you need, okay? And trust that The other side is helping us with the things we cannot control energetically, and that they're there on our side helping us because they're our guides. So walk away from any fear, any doubt of like, is this actually going to come? Walk away from anything that is preventing you from becoming this new version of yourself that has this wish. So think of yourself as the person that already has this wish. Something Lexi the Leo always says, which I love, is think of yourself as the person that is that person in the future. What do they do every day in their routine? What are they like? Like what things do they like to do? What do they dress like? Who are they? And become that version of yourself to almost like I'm seeing time travel clairvoyantly, and it's like you're bringing that manifestation or wish closer to you energetically by becoming that version of yourself. Does that make sense? Like it's like you're bringing the future closer to you energetically faster when you're doing that, when you're embodying that energy and leaving behind what you don't need. So for example, let's say we want to manifest love. If we're manifesting love, are we going to be doing certain habits that we have now? So, for example, let's say, like for me, one thing I had to stop doing before I wanted to manifest love was like get off dating apps, because I noticed that, well, maybe not everyone's experience was like this, but this is just a small example. I noticed that a lot of the people on dating apps weren't looking for love, and I was just disappointing myself over and over. And then I was like, fine, I'm not going to look for love. I'm not going to actively look for it. I'm going to trust that the universe is going to bring it to me. And I just let it go. I just let it go. And a few months later, guess what? The universe brought me love. I didn't have to look for it. And that's like an example of the energy here. Like, if we were in that thing, would we still partake in this habit? Getting rid of certain habits that is preventing you from receiving that manifestation and preparing yourself as if you already have it. And with the muse of inspiration, I feel like what your guides are saying here, which you don't know yet, is that you are going to inspire a lot of people with how you got whatever this is you wished for. You're going to inspire a lot of people with whatever you have physically with the muse of materials. You're really going to inspire people. And I feel the message to get ready, but to also be a little bit more deep with the visualization of what you want. Get clear on what you want. Get deep with it. What does it feel like with the Queen of Cups? What does it feel like to have this? And ground that into your reality with the Two of Pentacles. That's what I feel there. And also, while you're waiting, go do something fun for yourself. Think of yourself as a child for a day and go do something fun with yourself. Set a boundary with yourself and say, adult me is at home right now. Like, I'm outside and I'm having fun. I'm a kid again. Like, almost like bring your inner child out. And I feel like the boundary here is like maybe with certain habits you have as well, like letting go of them in order to receive this. So this was your message, my pile number threes. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye!